Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. So as you can probably tell by the title of this video, I wanted to do a little video about basically my decision to move from the UK to Ghana. I've been in Ghana for a little over 2 years now, and so when I was going to be moving to Ghana, I was watching so many YouTube videos trying to figure out how other people's experiences was, and I felt that, you know, now that I'm here, why not do my own video and share my experience and just what it's like being here. I've got my tablet here that I just wrote a bunch of questions that I thought people might want to know the answers to. So if this video helps, definitely leave a thumbs up. I hope it does. But yeah, let's just get straight into the video. The first question I have is, what made me decide to move to Ghana in the first place? I did have a desire to move to Africa in general, not specifically Ghana at the time when I had that thought in my head, but what I was going to do originally was maybe travel around to different countries in Africa and find what place felt most like home to me. Even though I am African, I know my roots and where I'm from. I didn't want to just go back to my country. I actually just wanted to travel around and see what felt more comfortable for me. What actually made me decide to go to Ghana specifically though is years before I actually decided to come here, my mum had decided to come to Ghana herself, and so she had started making that transition into moving, you know, traveling here, building here. And so by the time I had put myself in a better position to want to make that move, I had a place, you know, waiting for me here with my mum, and, you know, I had my family here basically. So that's what made me end up choosing specifically to come to Ghana. I do still want to travel all over Africa in general, because traveling is something just that I really would like to do. But I think I decided to just have roots here because, one, I already had my family here, so it was kind of an assistance in being able to create roots here. And also it's nice to have your family close, you know, wherever you go. And also when I was 19, just as an investment, I started working when I was 17, and so when I was 19 I saved and bought land out here. So I'm actually currently on my land, on one of the buildings that I'm currently building. So yeah, I thought, okay, I've invested already over here, my family is over here. Although I would like to travel around, I think why not just start off here, you know, because eventually I would like to invest all over Africa anyways, so why not start over here. And being here, I think as soon as I drove into the place that I'm staying right now, which is Boyem, Boyem is in Techiman. Yeah, as soon as I came to here, Boyem, and I saw the mountains behind me, I saw the greenery. Like, I love nature, I love greenery, I love animals, I love all this kind of things. So being here, I felt like home, and I'm happy that this is the place where I started off. I do know that there are so many beautiful places in Africa, but here already felt like home, and so I'm definitely going to be building myself even my own personal home, because right now what I'm building is rental properties. Okay, so the next question that I wrote down was, what did I expect Ghana to be like? To be honest, because my mum had already moved out here, I kind of had a little idea of what Ghana was like anyways. So I wouldn't say that I had any misconceptions, or yeah, I pretty much knew the kind of how it was going to be. So coming here, there wasn't too many surprises. Well, actually, I think one of the main things that what stood out to me a lot was seeing just how big and beautiful the houses are here. Especially when you're in Accra, you just look around, you see some very huge houses, so beautiful. You know, you see the nice exotic trees between the houses and so on. It's just really nice. So that is something that, even though I did expect to see some really beautiful sceneries in general when I came here, just seeing just the properties here I was like, oh, because me, I love everything to do with like architecture and even, yeah, I love that kind of stuff in general. So to see that here, I was like, oh, look at that house, look at that house. I was just constantly like impressed. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that house. I think in the UK, because everything's so cramped, and houses, the part of the UK I was from, houses aren't like huge like that. You know, I felt like I was just driving past mansions when I was going through some of Accra. So, and even coming out here as well in Techiman, if you come down Boyem Road, you keep going down to go to main Techiman, there are some beautiful, really big constructions in the works. You know, this is definitely, I'd say, an up and coming area. So the houses aren't complete. A lot of the houses aren't complete, but you can just see from where they are at that they're going to be very beautiful. So yeah, even though I didn't have expectations, I did get a lot of pleasant surprises just to see how, you know, it's just wonderful to see the wealth in Africa, because being from the UK, Africa constantly gets depicted as being impoverished and, you know, not having anything. But when you're actually here and you see the reality, you see, wow, look at the beautiful properties. Wow, look at how the size of the properties, look at the architecture. It's just, it was really nice to see that, you know, to see the real Africa. Okay, so next question is, what's available in your local area? So the local area, I think I've already mentioned that I'm staying in Techiman, which is the capital of Bono East region, and specifically in Techiman, I'm staying in Boyem. So if I'm talking about what's available in my local area in Techiman, there is quite a few things available. I wouldn't say as much as in Accra, but around here you have the market, you to just do your daily, you know, shopping of groceries and all that kind of stuff. You've got, you know, hotels, swimming pools. Talking about leisure, like stuff to do for fun, the clubbing scene isn't that big over here in Techiman, if that's what you're into, because I feel like I want to talk about different things, because I know that me, when I was watching videos, I didn't see many people my age talking about what's around. So if you're into clubbing, you know, if you're my age watching this video, there isn't much in the way of that over here. But there is a spa here that I've gone to. I got my nails done there. What else is there to do for fun? Like I said, I think Techiman is a bit of an up and coming area. Since it was named the capital, a lot more stuff has been coming out here, but it's still in the development stage. Not in the sense of it's not like a city, it's definitely still a city. You can still do your general things, but in terms of having more fun stuff, like there isn't cinemas here. Yeah, so what else? I think in the local area, which is like not too far out from Techiman, you have the monkey sanctuary. So if you're a lover of animals like me, you can go and visit there. You go a little bit further out from Techiman as well, you can get Kintampo waterfalls, which is, it's really nice. They've got some really beautiful large waterfalls there, a canopy walk that goes across the waterfall, a zip line that goes across the waterfall. And then you got here in Boyem, where I'm staying, you've got the mountains. You know, if you're someone who's into hiking, you know, being in nature. Here we've also got a range of small waterfalls that are just dotted around. I think there's a bat cave here. I'm yet to visit that. I've visited a few of the waterfalls and I've gone up the mountain. But yeah, there is some stuff to do in terms of like just having fun or just entertainment wise. But I wouldn't say necessarily in main Techiman. But with that being said though, I haven't explored Techiman till its full into its fullest, because when I did explore, that's how I found the spa, that's how I found some swimming pools. So the more I explore, the more I'm sure I'm going to find more stuff for entertainment and leisure stuff. But in general, say you're coming here to live and you want to know if you have your creature comforts around, you do have what you need to do what you need to do, I suppose. So you do have your grocery stores. We don't have malls over here. Okay, other things that are available in the local area, you have like activities like taekwondo. I actually used to do that. And then you have football, you know, got the gym, exercise. If you're someone who's very active and likes to get exercise, you got all those facilities around you. Yeah, so there is a good range of stuff to do in the local area. But I say if you're more into like, if you're more of a city type person, you know, you're coming from say the UK or a city type area and you want more of the same, then I would say that your best bet would be to explore Accra more if you're trying to make the move into coming to Ghana yourself. You know, in Accra there's a lot more just general creature comforts that you're probably accustomed to, like, you know, you'll have cinemas there, you'll have malls there, you'll have just a bunch of entertainment things around. You got the beach there, so it really depends on what you want if you're trying to move here. Do you want to be in the city? Do you want to be more in nature? It's kind of like the equivalent of being in the city or the countryside in the West. In the countryside, you're going to get more good scenery in terms of nature, but you're going to have less of the, I guess, leisurely things to do. Whereas you're in the city, you're going to have loads of leisurely things to do around you for fun, but you're not going to get the scenery of nature. But I do think there are a lot of beautiful sceneries in Accra, in the nature aspects of things as well too. So it's about what you're really looking for. But yeah, I think that's all I can really say about the local area. I know there's a lot more to be said, but as far as what's in my mind right now, that's all that I can think of. Okay, so next question is, what opportunities are there here in Ghana? So I think that there are a lot of opportunities. Anything here, your manifestation, it gets amplified, honestly, when you're over here. It's really about what you can imagine for yourself. Me personally, when I came here, I decided to go into property. As I said, I'm currently sitting on my land right now. I'm building 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top for rental. In the particular area I'm in, there's a budding diasporan community. Next door, next to me is a diasporan who's building. Behind me is a diasporan who's building. Pretty much this whole area on this side is diasporans building their homes. When there's a community budding, there's going to be a need for conveniences that we don't necessarily have at the present moment. In Techiman, you still do get a lot of creature comforts, but it's not as much as what you get in Accra. So say you was coming down here specifically, you could be the one to bring what people want. If you're someone who is into business and you like to invest in things, definitely here's a place to invest. If you are coming from overseas, your currency, say you're using the dollar or the pound like me, your currency will be a lot stronger over here. So you will be able to do a lot more with your money than you would. I definitely think it's good for investment purposes, if not even just to come out here to live. But I think the quality of life here is so much better that coming here to live would be a really good choice as well. What you would pay to buy a house in the UK or America, you could build yourself multiple large houses over here, be an owner of land and live comfortable. And I'm saying that for all ages, because I think sometimes people have this plan of, I'm gonna work and retire in Africa. But me, I've done it at my age. I don't think I mentioned my age. I'm currently 23 and I came here when I was 21. Yeah, me at my age, I'm having the opportunity to build property, something that I would be virtually, I wouldn't say impossible because anything's possible, but I don't think I would be able to fathom doing something this big in the UK or even in America. I definitely think there's a lot of opportunities out here for you if you're able to have the vision to see it, if you want to be able to specifically invest in, say, a place like this. Because when you see some people, when they see an up-and-coming area, they just see work, they just see hassle, and they just see money coming out, but if you have that kind of pioneer mindset of seeing that, what, right now it's not as developed yet. It's still pretty developed, but not as developed yet. But soon I'm gonna be the one who got the first foot in to be able to do what the people need over here, and so I think it's definitely a good investment. Not just for business, but for self. I can go on and on about opportunities, and I can go on and on about investments. So maybe I might even do a separate video talking about investments and opportunities, and maybe a little bit about my journey of building. If that's something that you would like to see, then let me know in the comments down below and I'll get on that. Okay, so the next question is, what is the transport like over here? So again, I'm going to start off by talking about here in Techiman, since that's where I am. So here in Techiman, transport, you have your taxis, small buses, which was they call Trotro. Then you have your bigger buses like VIPs that will take you for longer distances. Say you're going from Techiman to Accra, which is around 9 hours travel, you would take a VIP or an OA, which is kind of like a coach. It's like the bus itself is like a coach. So you have that, you have your Okada. In Techiman, you have Okadas. I don't think you have them in Accra anymore. I think for Techiman, I probably covered all of the public transport that's here. You go to Accra and you have more options. Like, for example, you have Uber, you have Bolt, you have, I think it's called Django. I don't know, I don't use that one, but there's another one. You have basically cab apps in Accra, and I think it's also the same in Kumasi. You've got cab apps that you can use. Over here though in Techiman, you don't have cab apps yet. Hopefully they're gonna bring it out here. I don't know why they're taking so long, but for now, if you want a taxi over here, you call one or you hail one. Me myself, I got a motorbike, so that's how I usually would get around, unless I need to maybe carry more stuff, and then I'll take a taxi. So the next question is, what is my favorite thing about Ghana? I have a lot because I actually really like it here. I love it here actually. But I'll say my favorite thing is the nature. I'm definitely a huge nature lover, which is why I chose to come out to Techiman. You know, I could be somewhere where there's more conveniences, things to do in terms of, like I mentioned before, going to cinema and all this kind of stuff. I could have chose somewhere like that. And when I'm in the mood to experience things like that again, I'll take the travel and I'll go out there. Like recently, I actually went to Cape Coast and enjoyed the beach over there. Very beautiful there too. But yeah, I love my greenery. I love the mountains, and so I would say that would be my favorite thing about being here in Ghana. Okay, so next question is, do I regret moving to Ghana? I don't think I even need to answer that question because I just talked about how I love it here. So no, I don't have any regrets. Honestly, I think moving here was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. And so many times when people ask me, do I want to go back to the UK? No. No, I'm good here. I'm happy here. Okay, so next question is, what do I miss from the UK? In terms of, I don't think there's any stuff I miss from the UK, but I would say I miss my family, you know, because even though I do have my mum and my brother out here, I don't have my entire family out here, so I do miss them, and I miss my friends. But I say that's about it. I don't miss anything else. The next question is, what advice would I give to someone who is moving to Ghana or just overseas to a new country altogether? I would say one important piece of advice I would give is do some research into the country that you're going to. I had my mum here to kind of make that transition very smooth and easy. Not to mention I'm in a diaspora community filled with people who've, you know, all had that experience and could give me some kind of assistance in some way or other in terms of just general advice, you know, taking me to places to see what's around. You know, I had that, and so I had it easy. Say you're going to a place where you don't have people or surrounded by you who are going through or have already gone through a similar experience. I would say do as much research as you can do just by yourself. Like for me, even though I knew a lot about where I was going to, I still watched YouTube videos, you know, like this one, of people talking about what it was like to move out to where they was at. Because I didn't just watch videos about Ghana, I watched videos about Gambia, people moving to Kenya. So I was looking at just a range of what it was like just to move in general to an entirely different country or continent. Okay, so I'll say another piece of advice is come with an open mind and come with the ability to adapt. I think what some people might try to do when they're trying to move to another country is bring that country that they're moving from with them. And when I say that, I mean that in the sense of they expect everything to be like where they just came from, you know, and they'll have the mentality of, oh, you know, in the UK we do this, in the UK we have this, in the UK we don't do that, or, you know, they'll come with the mentality of where they came from, not realizing that you're in an entirely new culture, you're in an entirely new country, you're in an entirely new continent for some. So you're gonna have to adapt. Being rigid and trying to hold on to the ways of living in somewhere else and trying to bring that over here. Yeah, different cultures can learn from different cultures. I'm not saying that's not the case, but I do believe that it shouldn't come with arrogance, you know, and it should come with a level of flexibility and understanding that there is a lot to learn from every culture that you come to. And so be respectful of the culture. Don't try to bulldoze your culture here. But yeah, just come with an open mind. I feel like if you come with an open mind and the ability to adapt, you would have a very easy transition when you come here. Come rigid, you're going to face more problems, and you're going to be less able to see the beauty that's around you, because you'll be too focused on what's not here instead of what is here. Remember why you come as well. Remember what is your motivation for coming, because if you're going into something like building, like what I'm doing, or even if not, just moving your entire life from one place to another, changing your whole environment, being in a different culture, is going to be taxing. It's not going to be easy. It doesn't matter where you go. It's best to come with a free spirit mentality, because it will just allow the hard times to roll over your shoulder, you know, and you to remember, okay, this is what I've come here for. This is what I want, and be focused on your goal and just getting there. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope the video was informative. If you like this video, definitely put a thumbs up. Comment down below what more things you would like to know about. Just stay tuned for any more videos I have, so subscribe and turn on notifications. Take care, bye, have a lovely day.
Flip the music.